Good evening, guys. Welcome to day 6 of 365 Days of Courage. If you've not been following along, we read a passage each day from this book, and I'll read a couple stanzas from the Have 'em All. As I've told everybody every day, these are Christian-based books. If you're not Christian, I don't want you to run off because I am also not Christian, but they've got some good messages in here. And without further ado, let's get into it today. So today is January 6th. In all things, whether you eat or drink or whatever you do, do all to the glory of God. 1 Corinthians 10:31. In the freedom of Christ, we can choose what we will eat, drink, and wear without shame. The law of love is the banner we are under, so let's live according to its standards. As we consider others as well as ourselves, and while keeping our conscience clear, the liberty of love frees us from hiding in shame. We cannot live our lives without regard for how our choices impact others. Our actions ripple into the lives of our family, friends, and communities. We also cannot deflect the responsibility we have to be people of integrity. Without compromising our own convictions and unique personalities, we can live as reflections of God. Let's have the courage to honor God, to honor others, and to honor ourselves. In all things, we have the opportunity to reflect the kindness and goodness God has offered us through Christ. What freedom is ours? Your act of courage for January 6th is, whatever you do today, do it intentionally as an offering to the Lord. Or, if you're not of that faith, do it intentionally as an offering to your family. Do something for yourself. Do something intentional that will make you a better person. So there's your act of courage. And again, this is last year's book, but we're reading it again this year. January 6th. Jesus asked for more than the bare minimum. For if you love those who love you, what reward do you have? Do not even the tax collectors do the same? And if you greet only your brothers, what more are you doing than others? Do not even the Gentiles do the same? Matthew 5:46 through 47. Jesus asked his followers to learn from his example, only to rely on God's presence in their lives to help them love people who are offensive, mean, and even hostile. This call to love enemies recognizes that the source of love is beyond what they can see or think on their own. Consider the source of love for people who love you, take care of you, and support you. The relationship itself helps to generate the love. It is reciprocated between two people. Even the most corrupt or self-serving people find people around them to share their love and affection. They recognize the need for relationships and a support network. There is nothing wrong with love on these terms, but it doesn't amount to the higher calling that Jesus modeled. As you encounter people who are hostile or offensive towards you, Jesus asks you to rely on his love and mercy to get by. You can't rely on a reciprocal relationship here. Without God's support, love will be all but impossible. And it does have a daily prayer. It says, Jesus, help me to love others with grace and mercy you have showed to all. I really want to hear from you guys. Tell me what you want to hear, what you would like for me to read. It doesn't have to, we're going to read these every day, but I'd like to add more to it. Something that maybe reflects on you, or it could be something financial related. I don't really want to get politically related doing this, but if there's something else that you would like for me to read, let me know down in the comments and, give me some examples or give me some ideas. So we ended with stanza 33. The Have 'em All is the words of Odin from the Poetic Eddas, the Prose Eddas from the Icelandic and Norse tales. We're just going to read these 4 stanzas today. As I've said in every day prior to today, some of this language is a little rough, and it's translated to English from Icelandic. So some of it is the way it's worded and the way it's put together is a little bit rough. Long is and indirect the way to a bad friend's, though by the road he dwell, but to a good friend's the paths lie direct, though he lives far away. A guest should depart, not always stay in one place. The guest becomes unwelcome if he too long stays in another's house. What's the old saying about that, about overstaying your welcome? I mean, that's kind of what that is. One's own house is best, small though it be, at home everyone his own master. Though he may but 2 goats possess and a straw-thatched cot, even that is better than begging. So that's pretty much saying, if you own your own stuff, it's much better than, not owning your own stuff, obviously. One's own house is best, small though it be, at home everyone is his own master. Bleeding at heart is he who has to ask for food at every mealtide. I mean, so that's just talking about how even if you're very meager living, let me give you an example. Let's say you're living in a 1-bedroom trailer. Well, that's still better than someone that's living out on the streets begging for every meal. And that's it for today. We're just going to read those 4 stanzas. And you guys, if you're watching this on Facebook, you can follow me here and check out the album. This is in an album where all the videos are listed for every day. If you're watching on YouTube, you can hit that subscribe button, follow along. This is in a playlist, so you can just go back and look. And I hope you enjoy it. I hope you get something out of it. Once we start getting people participating in the comments, I think it'll get a little bit better. And maybe once a week we'll do like question of the day or something like that. I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Be safe.